Hey everybody, and welcome back to Getting Stronger. So I don't know where you guys are at in the world, but if you guys are anything like us here in the UK, we are headed full steam into another lockdown. All of the restrictions are getting much tighter here in the UK, especially here in Birmingham area. And that means that soon the gyms are probably going to close down again, which of course means that everybody's going to go back to having to work out in their homes and in their backyards again. Now, this doesn't bother me really because I've been doing it since the lockdown started in March, and I kind of have a good routine going. I have dumbbells, resistance bands, I have medicine balls. I went out and got a bench, so that's great. I have a little trampoline that I can jump up and down on, and of course I have my jump ropes. So I got a good thing going here. But the one area of training that I've missed the most since the lockdown, that I haven't been able to kind of figure out how to recreate here in my backyard, is heavy bag training. And by heavy bag training, I mean like boxing and kickboxing. Now, heavy bags are perfect for people like me because me personally, I have no interest in the sports of boxing or kickboxing or martial arts. I really have a moral problem with the idea that like hitting and kicking other human beings is considered fun. I just don't think that it is, and so I want nothing to do with it. But the training is fantastic. And the training is fantastic for many reasons. First of all, just from like a stress level perspective, right? When you're lifting weights or you're running or you're swimming or you're biking or you're jumping rope or whatever it is that you're doing, it's fantastic, but it just doesn't relieve stress like when you take a slam ball and bam, right? Or when you get on that heavy bag and you start, throwing hands and feet. After about 15-20 minutes of that, you really are going to find that you're going to like let go of a lot of stress. And so from a stress emotional perspective, working a heavy bag is great. It's also great from a cardiovascular standpoint. It really is going to skyrocket your heart rate. You start doing 30, 40, 50-second rounds, 60-second rounds with like maybe 10, 15 seconds of break, man, your heart rate is going to go up. So it's really great from a cardiovascular standpoint. Now, another really great thing about heavy bag training is it really helps you develop a lot of hand speed, and that's really useful for many other sports and in life in general. Heavy bag training is also great because it really helps you start developing some rhythm and some coordination. That's fantastic. And then another thing about it is when you start boxing and kicking, you start throwing combos, right? You start like boom, 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 and then you start doing do, kick, right? All this stuff. And then you got to remember these combos. You got to remember left, left, right, strike with your kick, right? And so from a cognitive standpoint, kind of like solving puzzles or memory games, right? So it's really good for us. Not only physically, but cognitively. So now that I've sold you on the idea of incorporating heavy bag training, kickboxing, boxing stuff into your weekly routine, now the question becomes, how do you do it right in your backyard? Many of you don't want to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on a heavy bag, and the ones that you can get for like $70 or $80, they're cheap for a reason, guys, I'm telling you. And then for some of you, even if you were willing to spend a couple of $100s on a heavy bag, you don't have any apparatus in your backyard to hang it from anyway. So what do? Well, this is what I did. I went out, and you can see behind me, and I got a big stack of tires. So your first question is probably, how in the world am I going to get my hands on all these tires, right? Well, there's actually a very simple solution. Most of the tire companies near your homes that replace tires for you, once they pull your old tires off, they just throw them in a big bin, right? And they end up having hundreds of them. And then they've got to pay another company to come and remove them and dispose of them. So these companies, these tire companies, would much rather you come and just take them so that way they don't have to pay other companies to come and get them. So there's a tire company down the road near where I live. They literally have hundreds, and they're like, take them all. So I literally have access to hundreds of used tires, small ones, big ones, car ones, van tires, all this stuff, right, for free. I can come get them as much as I want, and I'm sure that you can too. So just go to your local tire place, ask them where their pile is of disregarded tires, and I can guarantee you they'll give them to you for free. And if they try to charge you for them, you can tell them forget it, because you know that they're paying somebody to take them and they're just trying to rip you off. Okay, so here behind me is where my heavy bag is. I have about 7 tires stacked up. I have 7 because I'm 6 foot tall. So I need the stack, I need the bag to be a little bit higher. If you're shorter, you won't need as many. Another reason why I have 7 is the width of the tire, the thickness of the tire. I think these are van tires, so they're a little bit thicker. So I only need 7, but if you were using small, like compact car tires, where the thickness was less, of course you would need more tires. So really how many tires you're gonna need depends on how tall you are and the thickness of the tire. But anyway, 7 of these van tires works perfect for me. Another thing that you could probably see, let me try to get out of your way, is I have these tires jammed into the corner where these 2 fences meet. That way when I'm working it, you know, with my hooks, the tires don't fall over, and I'm doing my straight, you know, punches, the tires don't go forward and backwards, so that kind of holds it right there in place. One thing though to be aware of, as you can see here, because it is jammed against the 2 fences, when I strike it, this fence right here beside me, it kind of rattles, and it's the neighbor's fence as well. We're sharing this fence, so it kind of drives them a little bit crazy when I start really pow, 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 and the whole fence starts shaking. So if you have the opportunity, or if you have any other place to place it, that it doesn't cause stress to your neighbors, I would definitely check into that. Otherwise, your neighbors are going to start chucking stuff over your fence. Just to give you a quick demonstration of how it works, you can check it out. You can see that these things can take a lot of impact. So check it out. You can take this thing and just you know, wear your gloves. Make sure you're always wearing your gloves, just like a regular heavy bag. But check it out. So you can see that you can really get down to business with these things. They are not fragile. They're not going to break at all. In fact, they have a lot of reverberation, so it really protects your hands, your wrists, and your feet. So don't worry about getting hurt. Anyway, that's a really cheap, easy, free, quick way to set up a heavy bag in your backyard so you can practice striking training with boxing and kickboxing. If you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, and leave some comments down below. Let me know if you give it a shot and whether you enjoy it or not. And I look forward to hearing from you on our Facebook communities and Instagram at Keep Getting Stronger, that community on Facebook and Instagram, and Brummie Jumpers, B-R-U-M-M-I-E, jump roping community here that we started in England. So until next time, remember, as always, Psalms 139 verse 14 tells us that each and every one of us were fearfully and wonderfully made, and we came from the hand of our Creator above. If you haven't taken the time to know Him, today I invite you, take a moment and get to know Jesus Christ. You're going to find out that when you do, He loves you more than anything, and He is full of love and mercy and grace and forgiveness, and He is going to change your life, and He's got a fantastic plan for your life. But I can promise you that plan is going to require you to get busy, and you're going to need strength and vigor and vitality, and you get that by exercising and eating well every single day. So for the rest of this day, whatever you eat, whatever you drink, and whatever you do, just keep getting stronger. I'll see you guys back in our next episode.